So I would love to know kind of, because I've never taken the OET exam. What was your experience of doing it for the reading, writing, listening, speaking? How were you feeling on exam day? Were you nervous? You know, is there anything that surprised you? Anything at all? I'd be interested to know.
Right.
I'm not a doctor or a nurse, so I've never taken the exam properly.
First of all, the pressure of the exam was huge. But I had the previous experience with the IELTS, so there are lots of similarities, meaning you sit on that chair at 8 o'clock or 8:15, and you stand up 12:30 or maybe 1 o'clock. So listening, reading and writing are all together without any break between them. The surprise was that listening and writing seemed to be a bit easier compared to the IELTS. Reading B was the same grade of difficulty, so no difference for reading. But overall, it's much better. I could say 50 times better than the IELTS. Because at the end of the exam, I knew if I will pass all of them or I will fail only in one. And that one was reading part.
You weren't sure if you'd pass the reading? No,
I was pretty sure I will pass listening, writing and speaking. I wasn't sure about reading part.
How did you find reading part A? Because that's the one that people get scared about because it's only 15 minutes.
Yes, Alex, but when I sat the exam in June, reading A had 23 gaps, only 23 gaps. I was turning the pages because I said it's impossible to have only 23. So it was a bit easier. Compared to those tests where there are 33 or 35 gaps. But reading B was very, very tough. So I said, that's why reading A was easier.
Yeah. So did you complete all the 23 gaps in the 15 minutes?
I missed one.
Missed one. That's good. That's good.
I missed one. I couldn't find it. Probably the stress, and the night before I slept only 3 hours because of the pressure, because of the stress.
Wow.
So I was like a zombie in the exam. That's
so
why
I mean, if you only missed one gap, I think that's pretty good because it's difficult for everyone to finish. Even even OET teachers would find it difficult to complete every single gap.
Practicing the test released from OET Australia, I found easier and harder. So tests like in any exam, but this one was an acceptable one, not very hard. We are talking about reading part A, obviously, because I said reading part B was awful.
Oh, really? What tips, if you could, say for example, I said to you, okay, Donna, just hypothetically, okay, Donna, I want you to teach, now that you're a passer, now that you're a passing nurse, I want you to teach a class for 1 hour, okay? What would be the main tips that you would give students for each of the 4 areas, for reading, for writing, for listening, for speaking? What would be the big things, the ding, like the light bulb moment where you thought, okay, this is really what I need to do in order to pass?
I don't have, like you said, a light bulb. For me, it was concentration and practice. As long as you get used to the format of the exam and you have a pretty good level of English, it's only practice. When you learn the structure of each subtest, if you practice on that structure, that's it. you get used to it, so you won't have too many difficulties in the exam. But practice, practice, practice. Because I started my preparation maybe in the second half of March. I didn't practice very much March, April. The proper preparation was May and first 2 weeks of June before the exam. Obviously, before the exam, those first 2 weeks in June, I booked holiday, and I stayed at home 3 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon, morning reading A, afternoon reading B, or listening and reading, writing and speaking, mixed all together. In the last week before the exam, I practiced the whole test under exam condition.
So you basically, you had a strategy the whole way through. You had a plan, an organized plan of what you're going to do on every day.
Yes.
So
like
can you see why you passed and maybe some other students don't pass? Because you had a fixed strategy that you follow every single day.
Yes. Once you start your preparation and you practice all the tests together, I don't think you can set up your mind to concentrate for each subtest separately. If you work one day for listening, for example, one day reading, one day writing, one day speaking, after that, you start listening and reading together, writing and speaking together, you will end up doing all the tests under exam condition. And obviously, you can see the results also. That's
a really good tip. That's a really good tip. What was your experience of doing the speaking mock exam? How did you find that? What was the interlocutor like? You know, were they cooperative? Were they trying to help you as much as possible?
Yes.
What kind of things did they talk about?
Very helpful, and I appreciated all the advice, because it's harder. I had a partner to practice speaking in my during my preparation period, but is
that the one that we gave you?
You didn't give me one.
Oh, I'm sure we did. But anyway, no. you had another one. You had another one. Go on.
So I had another one, somebody else. We used to practice together doing like 2 exams, so 4 role plays each afternoon. And okay, after the role play, tell me what I did wrong, what I did well. Like a feedback, you know, but obviously you doing this preparation, you give a different feedback, which is more important because we know where we need to work.
That's the difference. If another student who's not passed the exam is giving you feedback, you don't know whether that feedback is good or not. Exactly. Whereas when a proper OET teacher like myself or Stephen or one of the other teachers we have is giving you feedback, you know, we're not just saying, wow, Diana, your answers are so good. Wow, well done. We'll give you proper constructive feedback and say, you're doing this right, you're doing this wrong, you need to do this to improve.
Where we need to work more to see the improvements.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that the speaking role play that you did in the real exam was, you know, because a lot of people think that the interlocutor is trying to make their life difficult or trying to make the role play difficult, but they're not.
Not at all. Not at all. I want to say that my interlocutor was a gentleman, very, very, very kind and very helpful. So we know OET is different compared to the IELTS, and we need to know also that our interlocutors are there to help us, not to fail us.
That's important. I think a lot of people who don't pass the speaking, they want to use the reason that they failed is because the interlocutor was, you know, making it difficult for them. But they are trained by OET to help you as much as possible and to guide you to bring out your best English so you can impress the examiner. So they are there to help you, not hurt you. So I'm so glad that you know, a nurse who's been through the real exam like you has actually confirmed that, as have many of our other students who as well. Donna, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're a busy lady now. When does your new job start? Your bright, sparkling, amazing new job in the UK as a nurse. When does it start?
You know what? On Tuesday, I received the results from OET. I forwarded the email to NMC, and Wednesday, in 20 minutes, I received the PIN number. So
wow.
From Wednesday, I am already a registered nurse.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And thank you again for your help.
You're very welcome. So when are you coming back to the UK? When do you start your new job?
I've started already. I worked 2 shifts as a nurse.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Okay,
so at the same place?
Yes. Induction period, shadowing, but I am on my way. And another good news, on Saturday, I've got a job in hospital.
Wow. So are you going to be leaving your current job
Yes.
and then moving to the hospital?
Yes.
Wow.
I want more experience. I want to learn as much as I can. And I've chosen already diabetes ward. I know it's a tough one because we can see different things and hard things there, but it's a good challenge for me.
Well, you've got a good challenge on your hands because the UK is we're suffering a lot with people having diabetes and
yes,
you know it's a big issue. I've got family members.
All the countries are the same.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the NHS, we need nurses like you, Dinah. So thank you very much. And then last thing, enjoy your holiday in Romania. I wanted to ask you, this video was so helpful. I'm wondering, would I be able to inspire other doctors and nurses by showing them this video? Would that be okay with you?
No problem.
Oh, thank you so much, Dinah. Dinah, the other thing is, just because you don't have English now, you don't need to do exams anymore. Don't be a stranger. If you ever need anything from me, you know, any free advice, free support, just feel free to message me, and I'm happy to help you in any way I can.
Thank you very much. I'll keep in touch.
Even if you want any advice.
Thank you very much. I'll keep in touch, though.
Definitely, Dinah. Enjoy your holiday, and like I said again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Have a nice
All the best, Dinah.
Nice
and make sure you refer lots and lots of other doctors and nurses to Swoosh as well.
Oh yes, of course. No problems.
Thank you very much, Dinah. Enjoy your books. All the best.
Thank you.
Take
All
care.
the best.
Bye.
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 You too.
Bye.